Wait. No. Middleweight. I want to say something.
This division?
For this division, yeah, for this division. So, I wanted to talk on behalf of Ian Green, your number 9 contender in the middleweight division. He is your current WBA Continental Americas champion, and he's defended the belt twice. Once against Alex Castro in one of the best middleweight fights of the year. He was undefeated. He beat him. And then this past December 2nd, he stopped Von Alexander, who has never been stopped at the weight. He gave Johnny Beck, the current unified champion, a tough fight in his 4-pro fight. Ian's your number 9 contender, but you have guys like Danny Garcia, who's not really a middleweight above him. You have Conor Coyle, who was in negotiations to fight him, but refused to not fight him, ranked above him. So I would like to petition for Ian to potentially fight maybe your international champion like Emma Williams, or maybe someone just above him. Just increase the ranking, because he's done his part this year as one of the most active and quality middleweights in the sport.
Excuse me, what was your name?
Brendan Taylor.
Thank you, brother.
By the way, if you want to fight Michael Williams from Brazil,
Michael Williams.
I represent it.
Okay.
So you can talk to me.
Okay, I'll talk.
You must make
No, it's my fighter too.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
He fought last week over here.
He's 14-0, 11 KOs.
15-0.
15-0. Okay, I don't know much about Michael Williams, but I feel Ian Green should be getting.
No, but if you want it, I can make the fight.
Okay, I'll talk to Ian about that
Okay.
and whatnot. But I think Ian should be getting the bigger names in the division, because anybody who's stopping Von Alexander.
Don't insult my Brazilian. It's a big name in Brazil.
In Brazil, but we in the USA. Ian deserves those names.
No problem.
So, Emma Williams, someone like that. I know Zaraf has been waiting for a long time, so we don't want to step on his toes, because I believe in the ranking system. But just a higher ranking than 9 for Ian Green would suffice going into 2024. Thank you.
You want my number?
Yeah, I got. Yeah.
Oh, DKP, he signed with Don.
Yeah, he signed with Don, but he signed with Don, but he signed with Don. I don't represent him. I want Ian to get a shot. He deserves it.
Hi, Tre'Sean,
Yeah.
how are you?
Yeah.
Listen, man.
Yeah, you know Tre'Sean?
Tre'Sean Wiggins. Oh, Tre'Sean. We know your name a lot.
Yeah. You know Tre'Sean?
Now I know him. I met him.
He's number 15 in the WBA.
Yes, correct.
He won the NABA title about 3 fights ago against Cody
correct.
Wilson. Why isn't he ranked higher?
Well, I don't know why you're asking me this question in front of him. Depends on the committee. It depends on whatever criteria they have. But.
New rank is coming out, though.
Yeah, new rank is
rankings,
coming
new
up.
rankings.
Yeah, he might be improved. I haven't checked his record personally. I just saw the numbers, so I cannot make an objective decision about it. They had lobbied for him. They had done a lot. Don King Promotions, they had lobbied for him, and they're trying to get him a higher opportunity.
Yeah.
Actually, what I can tell you was the rating committee told him that he should fight somebody in the top in order to be ranked higher. So this is one thing that a lot of fighters who have this situation of being active and not being able to move
Progress,
up
yeah.
because the rest can be moved for whatever reason, or because of he's signed by another promoter that don't want to take a risk for him or not. So we try to do as much as we can with
No, I know it's a tough job. It's a thankless job too.
It's not easy, but we offer we like fighters like Tre'Sean, to be honest with you, because they have the hunger and they have the fire and the motivation to change their life through this sport.
Absolutely.
And they are willing to risk and fight with anybody to prove themselves.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so this is a follow-up video to a story I did a couple weeks ago back after the WBA convention. As many of you may know, and as you guys heard in the beginning of the video, when I was in Orlando at the convention, I went in front of most of the boxing industry and the WBA committee to petition for Ian Green, the middleweight contender, because Ian Green, I feel, was way too low in the rankings. I thought he had such a great year in 2023 that he was being overshadowed. And so as only a guy that's a boxing fan that just pissed off that was there,
I wanted to make my case known for Ian Green because I feel like, there wasn't really a case being made for him. So he was ranked number 9, right? And I spoke to the committee, the guy that runs the guy from the committee. Shout out to him, Julio, at the podium. And I asked Ian Green to get a higher ranking because he was previously ranked number 9, and I'm happy to report that Julio has honored my request, and he's actually bumped up Ian Green 2 spots in the middleweight rankings in the WBA. So Ian Green now goes from being the number 9 contender to being the number 7 contender. And ain't that beautiful that the untouchable True School Sports Empire, I could use my little voice in the boxing world to help a fighter advance his career just a little bit, even if it's just a little bit, just to make that little bit of a difference in the boxing game is a great and beautiful thing. So he goes from number 9 to number 7, and I'm looking forward to a big banner year from Ian Green because to me, the Alexander Castro fight last year, the way he took his O in the most exciting middleweight fight of the year, I thought it was great, obviously, and that was my introduction to him. And then to stop Von Alexander the way he did in dominant fashion, showcasing the ability to box, counterpunch, and then stopping him to the body. He showed that he's one of the most complete middleweights in the world, and I think that he's got a chance to go all the way and become middleweight champion if given the right fights and given the right opportunity. So he slots in at number 7. And if you just look at the landscape right now, right, Ian Green is the number 7 ranked middleweight contender in the world. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to complain because the WBA did honor my request, and he is bumped up 2 spots higher than he was before. So I can't get too mad, but he's still just 1 spot below Danny Garcia. And I don't feel like he should be below Danny Garcia because, like I said at the podium, Danny Garcia is not a real middleweight, but that's neither here nor there, right? Number 5 is Connor Coyle, and number 3 is Austin Emma Williams. Now, one of those guys in the first quarter of the year is going to fall below Ian Green because those two are fighting each other. Those two are actually fighting each other on the Conor Benn, Pete Dobson undercard. And I think more than likely Austin Emma Williams will come out victorious in that fight. So I think he'll stay at 3 or maybe go up to, he'll probably stay at 3 or just be bumped up to 2. Who knows? Because Elijah Garcia is 2. Connor Coyle will fall below Ian Green, and I think Ian Green will actually be elevated a spot or 2 more. So I'm looking at Ian Green after the first quarter of this year being in the top 5 in the rankings. And if that winds up happening, like I think it's going to, I think the fight we might get before it's all said and done will be Ian Green versus Emma Williams. And I know from speaking to Ian Green, that's a fight that he feels he can win. And truth be told, I think I would pick him to win that fight. I think, Emma is a good explosive boxer. He can punch a little bit, but I just think the way he fights is perfect for Ian Green. I think, Ammo has never fought anywhere remotely close to somebody as explosive or as smart, intelligent-wise as Ian Green, right? So I just think it'd be a good fight for the middleweight division. If Ammo, I'll tell you right now, if Ammo can win that fight, if Ammo beats Ian Green, I would really, that would go along with me thinking that he could be a middleweight championship caliber fighter, right? Because Ammo is good. I've never been 100% sold on Ammo, but I do think he's the second best match in boxing USA prospect, only behind Diego Pacheco. But I don't know if he's middleweight championship caliber, right? But he is up there in the rankings, so I give him that respect. That's a fight I'm hoping either in the second or third quarter of this year we could get in the middleweight division. So I'm very, very excited to report this news, and hopefully that's the fight that winds up happening. I'm hoping Ammo does his thing, and we can get him versus Ian Green at some point in 2024, because that's a great fight for the middleweight division. And I feel like Ian Green is a fighter that boxing fans should know, you guys should know. And listen, anytime I get a chance to talk about Ian Green, I'm gonna talk about him because he's worth talking about. So let's get that firmly established here on True School Sports. So good stuff for him. I'm glad that he got his ranking improved. And look, he wasn't the only guy that I was trying to use my little platform and use my little influence and voice in boxing to get their rankings approved and get them higher, right? Another guy that I spoke about to the WBA President Gilberto Mendoza in an interview with him standing next to Gilberto Mendoza, and it made Gilberto a little bit uncomfortable, was none other than Tre'Sean Wiggins, who is the WBA, I think, NABA champion or something like that. And he's had that belt and defended it a couple times, and he's been asking for bigger fights, right? So he was previously ranked number 15 in the rankings. He was barely ranked. They bumped him up
all the way to number 12. So he actually winds up going up 3 spots in the rankings. So that's great. One guy we talked to the WBA about got ranked up 2 spots higher. The other guy gets ranked 3 spots higher. So there you go. Look, True School Sports using a little bit of influence we got in the boxing world to try and go ahead and make the lives of hardworking fighters who might get overlooked a little bit better. And that's what we came here to do, is be a great ambassador for the sport of boxing. You know, Tre'Sean Wiggins, he hasn't fought the big names, but everybody that Don King Productions has put in front of him, you know, in the last year or so, he's been dispatching of pretty easily, you know. And now, you know, Tre'Sean Wiggins finds himself ranked number 12 in the rankings, and I think it's a beautiful thing, right? Because ranked just above Tre'Sean Wiggins at number 11 is a guy that actually wound up beating Tre'Sean Wiggins back in 2019, and Alberto Palmetta. You know, Palmetta wound up stopping Tre'Sean Wiggins. And that's a fight that I know, that's a loss I know he wants to avenge. And I think now it would actually make sense to make that fight happen, because why? Tre'Sean Wiggins, I don't think, has lost since that fight. He's been in great form. He's been knocking out guys like it's nobody's business. And so a win here would definitely improve his position in the rankings. It would avenge a loss and get him closer to bigger and better fights. You know, one fight that I've wanted very badly with Tre'Sean Wiggins, because I feel like this guy would just be tailor-made for Tre'Sean. I think Tre'Sean would beat the brakes off this dude they ever fought. And that's the number 9 contender, the Puerto Rican Derek Cuevas, who, you know, I know Derek from when he used to train down here in South Florida. And he lost in 2019 to an Argentinian journeyman. And he's been quietly rebuilding his career in Puerto Rico, getting a bunch of knockouts, but he hasn't fought nobody of a Tre'Sean Wiggins caliber. So I think that'd be a really good fight for the division. And then another fight that I know Tre'Sean wants, or that has been, you know, talked about, is the number 8 contender, him and Conor Walker. Now, I didn't know a lot about Conor Walker because he's a British fighter. I think he's promoted by Eddie Hearn. But Tre'Sean recently called out the entire top 15 of the WBA, and the only guy that responded to his call out was Conor Walker. And so Conor Walker has a fight coming up, and he said if he wins that fight, he wouldn't mind fighting Tre'Sean Wiggins. So maybe Tre'Sean Wiggins might have to go to the UK and try to beat up some Brits, you know. But listen, Tre'Sean Wiggins has had no problem beating people up in their hometown. He's done it before on a couple of occasions. So that could be a really good fight. And then number 7, you got Jin Sasaki, who's the Japanese explosive fighter. You know, I would like that fight. So there's good fights out there for Tre'Sean, but I think the 3 most realistic ones would have to be the Palmetta rematch, Conor Walker, and number 5 against Gabriel Maestre. So either one of those 3 I think would suffice for Tre'Sean Wiggins. But nonetheless, wanted to report this True School Sports exclusive to you guys. Follow up to, you know, my trip to the WBA convention, where, you know, I did speak to WBA representatives about increasing the ranking position of some of the guys that I feel were getting mistreated in the rankings, overlooked in the rankings. Ian Green goes up from number 9 to number 7. Tre'Sean Wiggins goes up from 15 to number 12. And a great 2024 is ahead for both those fighters. So I'm looking very forward to seeing both these men and what they do in 2024, and it should be a whole lot of fun to follow here on True School Sports. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take your eyes. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.